What's happening, bro chachis? Today is Tuesday, your favorite day of the week. You know why? Because today you get to learn a new trick. And the trick of this week is how to wall ride. And yes, I'm aware we've already done it, but why not bring something new and fresh to 2020? Now, all these tutorials are free. All that I ask is that you smash that like button. Also, ignore that sign back there that says no bicycle riding. Today, we might be breaking that rule. Now, since lockdown or quarantine rules are still in effect, then this trick is actually pretty ideal because all you have to do is find a wall. The prerequisites for the trick are said wall and bunny hopping. Well, obviously you still have to have a bike. And if you have the bike and you can bunny hop and you have a wall, then you're gonna learn how to ride it today. So where do we begin? As I said before, all you really need to know is just the bunny hop. If you can bunny hop, I can teach you how to ride this wall. The first things you wanna do are just getting comfortable with the concept of running into a wall. Now, you're not gonna really go perpendicular or directly at the wall. You're gonna be riding slightly parallel to the wall. If you're going straight to the wall, that would make it at a 90-degree angle. 45 would be cutting that in half. 45 is a pretty good angle, but sometimes when you're learning this trick, it is a little less scary to come at it a little more parallel, somewhere between the 30 to 15-degree range. You don't wanna be obviously straight line, because that means you're completely parallel, so there's no angle there. You don't wanna be 90. You wanna find the sweet spot right in between, but closer to the wall than further. Now, the first few times, what you're gonna wanna do is approach that wall. Now, for this trick and every single other trick you're trying to learn in BMX, or actually anything in life, confidence is very important. If you can believe it, and if you can visualize it in your head, you can make it happen. So again, imagine yourself riding towards this wall and really lacing a nice wall ride. Now, before you really do it, again, really cement the concept in your head. So you're approaching this wall, let's say it's at that 40-degree angle, and you're going to want to hop and then place both tires on said wall, and then you're gonna wanna ride it literally and come down. Keep this in mind. I am left foot forward and I'm gonna be wall riding to the right. If you're right foot forward and you spin to the left, you're gonna wall ride to the left. If you're goofy footed, you kinda have to figure it out. There's no right or wrong way. It's just a way that's more traditional, and I'm pretty traditional when it comes to riding. Again, left foot forward, I spin clockwise or to the right, so that means I'm gonna wall ride to the right. And the reason for that is that your back foot is gonna be down below, your front foot is gonna be up high, and if something were to happen, your foot being the lead can actually push off the wall, and it makes it a little less scary. But again, if that's not something you can do, don't even worry about it. Just do it the way that feels most comfortable for you. Also, when you're learning this trick, you're gonna want to make sure that initially you're just gonna do a very small little rainbow. Also, make sure you do it on a wall where you're not gonna get in trouble. Wall rides do leave black marks on the walls, so I'm not condoning or telling you to go wall ride some stranger's wall. Ideally, do it at a skate park or somewhere where you're allowed to do it. I obviously am not following my own instructions here, but I'm willing to face the consequences if they arise. I don't want you guys to get in trouble, so be careful where you do it. Okay, but enough talking, let's just get to it. I'm gonna show you one real one. Again, come at this wall at a nice 45-degree angle, get your tires on there. My tires are blue and this wall is kind of gray, so my tires still do show up a little black there, but again, keep that in mind when you're learning this trick, that you're gonna mess up some walls, so don't get in trouble because of me. So those were just examples of some proper wall rides. So I'm gonna show you what you really wanna do the first couple times. And keep in mind, the first time you do this trick, it's gonna be pretty scary. You're essentially throwing yourself into a wall, and I don't care who you are, the first time any of us tried this trick, it was really terrifying. So keep that in mind. So this is how I went about learning the trick. So I rode towards the wall and just basically manualed my way onto it, and then took my foot off. Another good technique is just to go onto the wall and put your bike up on there and see what it would be like. As you can see, you're pretty vertical, and that's the scary part. Now, if you get in this position where you're actually 45 degrees on the wall, this is gonna be terrifying. You really wanna find that sweet spot of where you're basically on the wall. You can be pretty low, but as you can see, your tires are almost matching up. That's kind of what you wanna do. If you're in any angle that's like close to vertical, it'll be harder and scarier. So my recommendation is to bunny hop and try and get both tires to match on the wall. Maybe if there's like a little line, you try and get both tires there. That's the easiest way. Now, once you're ready to really try the trick, focus, make sure there's nothing that's gonna get in your way, nothing that's gonna get in your head, because again, it's scary at first. Once you're ready and you're committed, give it a solid go. So your first few wall rides are gonna be pretty low, but that's fine. You're not gonna really be riding, you're gonna just be slapping the wall. So that means that your tires barely get on and they kind of fall off. And that's fine, just try and stay on the bike. Essentially, once you can get both tires on the wall, and even if you're just kind of slapping them on there and falling off, you're already well on your way to getting the wall ride done. The next step is just figuring out that angle that works best for you. For some people, it might be more approaching a 90-degree angle. For some people, it might be a little less. You kind of have to just give it the trial and errors in order to find out. Oh. The other issue that people run into is that they're just not leaning properly. And the best recommendation I have for that is if you have a skate park in your area, like a bowl, or even if it's just a quarter pipe, learn to start carving. And that essentially, all it is that you're going on the quarter pipe or the transition and you're leaning with it. You're not fighting it. You're not being upright where you'll crash into the wall, but you're also not leaning too much where you're gonna do an inverted front flip. You gotta find that sweet spot to where once you get on, you're nice and sideways and you're really riding the wall. This trick is super fun, super straightforward, and it's not as bad as it seems. I know it's scary at first, but once you figure it out, you're gonna be fine. And once you're more comfortable, you'll notice that you're getting better at riding on that wall. And then all it really takes is a little more speed and you'll be able to get further along on it. And once you figure out the speed, the momentum, and from where to hop, you'll be able to really roast on the wall. As always, I hope you enjoyed the tutorial. My name is Alfredo Mancuso. Make sure to like, share, comment, and subscribe.